really that sort of game, was it? In the sense that Barca didn't really do much to try and penetrate that defence.
I mean, they had 5 at the back for long periods, particularly early on. But there was still space out there. I mean, there was space to operate, and they just didn't use the ball very well at all. Obviously, the shape was kind of slightly different to what he put on the field in Saudi Arabia a week ago, and no Lewandowski to work off. And we talked about Ansu Fati before the game. We don't know if it's the injuries carryover or the stop-start game time that he's getting, but he just doesn't look like himself, does he? He just doesn't. And I think just a little reminder for Xavi, to his players, that after the euphoria of last week's performance, that, listen, guys, that was the standard you set.
Yeah.
We've dipped in this game, we've picked the 3 points up, but if we are going to win the league and be successful, we need to up our game and set those standards and be better. Certainly today did not come in that category.
Real Sociedad, as Gemma mentioned, of course, midweek, big Copa del Rey game. They've won 9 on the bounce coming into that tie. You do feel that maybe he was thinking ahead to that slightly in the fact that De Jong didn't play in this match, considering how good that formation worked against Real Madrid.
Yeah, and listen, you understand Xavi trying to balance his squad and injuries and suspensions, but this was a subpar performance. And as much as you can look ahead to what's to come and think about that, I thought from so many, given how good Barcelona have been, and despite some of the big changes, Lewandowski being the biggest of them, I thought that Barca struggled to find their rhythm. Without Lewandowski, without that target, and you expect more from that squad. So while you can use that as an excuse, while you can use the midweek game as an excuse, I just feel that Barca, maybe you want to put it down to youth, but without that target of Lewandowski, without that leadership, I thought an incredibly talented bunch underperformed desperately.
So 3 points separate the top 2 at the top of the table. Let's take a look at how the bookies have things set. Barcelona remain favourites, as you would expect, against the defending champions, considering how sharp Barca have looked over recent weeks. Real Madrid, that big comeback against Villarreal, and of course the victory today at San Mamés changes things slightly. Meanwhile, it's the Copa del Rey will be our focus midweek. Real Madrid and Barca both in action. Brilliant draw. Barca taking on Real Sociedad, who are flying obviously at the moment. That's at 3 p.m. Eastern on Plus. Osasuna against Sevilla. Then on Thursday, look at this. Valencia taking on Athletic Club, and it's Real Madrid against Atleti. Atleti, who looked good yesterday as they won comfortably. Antoine Griezmann, very much the man of the match. Thank you very much for watching ESPN FC on YouTube. For more highlights, analysis and exclusive content, be sure to subscribe.